morning, Mark Soderberg with ADM Investor Services with your morning ag outlook for Wednesday, June 11th. We'll have green on the screen here this morning as prices recover in the overnight session. Corn right now making new highs, looking about 6 better in old crop, 3 better in a new crop. Soybean prices 4 to 5 higher. Meal is up about $1 per ton, while bean oil prices up 15 to 20 points. Wheat prices range from about 4 better in Chicago and Kansas City to 6 higher in Minneapolis. Yesterday evening, U.S. Commerce Secretary Lutnick stated that a trade framework and implementation plan has been agreed to with China following 2 days of negotiations in London. This agreement should result in resolving restrictions on rare earth material and magnet exports from China. The U.S. negotiating team is now heading back to Washington for President Trump's approval, and according to USTR Greer, it will be up to Trump whether the lower tariff deadline gets extended as both sides work towards a comprehensive trade agreement. U.S. weather remains mostly favorable as much of the nation's midsection will see a good mix of rain and sunshine over the next 10 days to 2 weeks. Too much rain, however, across parts of the southern plains will likely continue to challenge not only harvest operations, but also threaten production and quality with this year's crop. The favorable weather pattern for now, I think, will work to limit the upside potential for both corn and soybean prices as we approach the critical midsummer months. Later today, we'll get our weekly ethanol production data from the EIA. Production is expected to slip back a bit from the previous week's production level at 325 million gallons, which was an 11-week high. Export sales tomorrow, along with the USDA June WASDE data. A little change is expected for both wheat and soybean stocks. In corn, we've got ending stocks slipping 25 million bushels to just under 1.4 billion. This due to higher exports, partially offset by lower feed usage. The USDA has raised their winter wheat production forecast every year in the past decade here in the June report. So I'm leaning towards those odds. I'm looking for a 13 million bushel increase in winter wheat production to 1.395 billion bushels. I do expect new crop wheat exports to be raised slightly to offset the higher supplies, keeping ending stocks little changed. Yesterday, July corn did reject a trade below $4.30, an 8-month low, as prices have now recovered back up into the mid 440s. December corn for now continues to hold support above its recent low, just below 435. And until we see a more threatening weather forecast, however, I suspect it will be difficult to sustain rallies up to or above the 455 level on December corn. I look for the USDA to raise a Brazilian forecast another 2 million metric tons to 132 million metric tons in tomorrow's report. South American weather shows potential for heavy rain in southern Brazil late this week. However, dry conditions remain intact across west central areas of Mato Grosso, enabling harvest to proceed. Inside trade so far for July beans as it looks to extend trade above the previous session's high now, which would be for a 7th consecutive day. Longer term resistance is at the May high at 1082 with support just below the market and its 100-day moving average near 1050. Nova beans continue to find support near its 50-day moving average at 1029. Inside trade for July oil as it hovers just below 48 cents a pound inside day all around for the July wheat contracts. Thank you for listening, everyone. Hope you have a great day.